Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja, where we bring history to life through engaging stories and fascinating discoveries. In today's episode, we will travel back to a time known as the Age of Exploration, a period that opened new frontiers and changed the world as we knew it. Join our community of curious learners and explorers, and don't forget to subscribe for more free educational content that ignites your love for learning. The Age of Exploration, also known as the Age of Discovery, stretched from the early 15th century to the early 17th century. This was a time when European nations ventured across vast oceans to uncover new lands, establish trade routes, and create colonies. This incredible era was mainly sparked by three powerful motivations: God, gold, and glory. The desire to spread Christianity, find valuable resources like gold, and achieve national and personal fame led explorers to brave the unknown. Countries like Portugal and Spain took the lead early on, followed closely by England, France, and the Netherlands. Each nation sought to enhance its status and wealth through these daring voyages. For instance, let's start with Prince Henry of Portugal, often called the Navigator. Even though he never sailed on any voyages himself, his influence was monumental. He established a navigation school in Sagres, Portugal, where he gathered brilliant minds, mapmakers, shipbuilders, astronomers, and sailors. Under his guidance, explorations down the African coast flourished, leading to new trade and the creation of the caravel, a ship that was faster and more maneuverable than its predecessors. By the time Prince Henry passed away, Portuguese ships had already reached as far as Sierra Leone and discovered the Azores and Cape Verde Islands. His insights laid the groundwork for further explorations half a century later. One of the most renowned explorers of this age was Christopher Columbus. In 1492, Columbus, an Italian sailing for Spain, set out on a monumental journey that would change the course of history. He made 4 voyages across the Atlantic, eventually landing in the Caribbean. Columbus believed he could reach Asia by traveling west, and with the support of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, he set sail on his mission. His first landfall was most likely on an island in the Bahamas, where he encountered the native people, whom he mistakenly referred to as Indians, believing he had reached the outskirts of Asia. Columbus passed away believing he had successfully reached Asia. However, he had actually uncovered a new world, shrouded in mystery for European powers. This discovery led to what is now known as the Columbian Exchange, a historic transfer of plants, animals, culture, human populations, technology, and ideas between the Americas and the Old World. The effects of this exchange were far-reaching and transformative. From the Americas, Europeans received crops like tomatoes, potatoes, maize, beans, and tobacco, while they introduced wheat, rice, horses, and devastating diseases like smallpox, which greatly affected the native populations. The impact of this exchange dramatically altered diets and agriculture across both worlds, reshaping lives in both the Americas and Europe. Another key figure was Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer sailing for Spain. In 1519, he embarked on his quest to circumnavigate the globe, an ambitious endeavor that would become a part of human exploration history. With 5 ships and 270 men, he made his way around South America and into the Pacific Ocean, which he named Mar Pacifico, meaning peaceful sea. Tragically, Magellan did not survive the entire journey. He was killed in the Philippines in 1521. Yet, his expedition was completed by Juan Sebastián Elcano, returning to Spain in 1522 with just 18 survivors. This voyage proved that the Earth was round and that it was indeed possible to sail around it. Speaking of significant voyages, let's talk about Vasco da Gama. In 1497, da Gama set out to reach India by sea, ultimately opening a direct route from Europe to Asia that bypassed overland routes controlled by Middle Eastern and Italian traders. After rounding the Cape of Good Hope, da Gama reached Calicut, India, in May 1498, establishing Portugal as a dominant trading force in the Indian Ocean, which was vital for understanding global trade dynamics that persist today. Intriguingly, the Treaty of Tordesillas in 1494 played a crucial role in how these new lands were divided. This agreement, mediated by the Pope, split territories outside Europe between Spain and Portugal along an imaginary line. All lands west were designated for Spain, while everything east was for Portugal. This treaty overlooked claims from other European nations and indigenous peoples, leading to significant colonial developments. For instance, Brazil was eventually colonized by Portugal, thanks to this treaty, which set the stage for its distinct cultural and historical trajectory. Returning to exploration, while Magellan is often credited with the first circumnavigation of the globe, it was one Sebastián Elcano who actually completed this remarkable journey after Magellan's death. They faced countless challenges, including hostile encounters and unpredictable weather, but ultimately, the Victoria, the last surviving ship, returned home successfully. This journey redefined the understanding of global geography and showcased human determination against adversity. In Latin America, we must recognize the impact of conquistadors like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro. Cortés led the expedition that defeated the Aztec Empire, capitalizing on indigenous division and using advanced weaponry. He entered Tenochtitlan in 1519 and took Emperor Moctezuma hostage before eventually conquering the city in 1521. Smallpox, introduced by the Spanish, decimated the Aztec population, crippling their resistance. Meanwhile, Pizarro's conquest of the Inca Empire in Peru followed a similar pattern, where he captured Atahualpa under the pretense of negotiation and then executed him after receiving a tremendous ransom. These conquests not only enriched Spain but left enduring scars on indigenous cultures. The age of exploration, with its myriad discoveries and profound impacts, shaped our world today, demonstrating human curiosity, ambition, and the inevitable consequences of encounters between different cultures. As we reflect on this time, we acknowledge the triumphs and tragedies that stemmed from it. To summarize, the age of exploration was a pivotal time that altered the course of world history. Driven by motivations of faith, wealth, and fame, explorers like Prince Henry, Columbus, Magellan, da Gama, Cortés, and Pizarro ventured into uncharted territories. Their journeys not only led to the discovery of new lands but also to significant cultural exchanges and dramatic population changes, fundamentally impacting societies across the globe. Understanding this era helps us appreciate the complexities of our shared history and the threads that connect us to the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the age of exploration. We hope you found this episode enlightening and inspiring. If you enjoyed learning about the explorers who changed our world, please consider subscribing to Spelling Bee Ninja for more fascinating stories and lessons from history. Keep exploring, keep learning, and we will see you next time.